Hi, I'm Antoinette Richburg, and I'm a psychotherapist in private practice. And with this channel, I am hoping to share with you all how you too can have your own private practice. I would say that timing is everything, and planning is also very important to prevent from having huge mistakes. We're all going to have some mistakes, but those epic mistakes can be avoided if you plan properly. So follow me on the journey as I help you plan for private practice. Okay, here we go. We're just going to get started. I may miss some details in here, but if you would like greater details, you can check me out on the visitingcounselorllc.com. That is my website where I will have a blog where I'll likely post more information there more frequently than here, only because for me, I articulate better in writing, and writing is quicker for me. A video takes a little bit more time, so I won't be able to post as many videos as I will be able to blog. So if you're looking for content throughout the week, you can definitely check out the visitingcounselorllc.com and read the blog to get more information. Today, we're going to talk about the basics of private practice and also some things that you need to have in place before you get started. I would say the first thing you want to do is make sure the timing is right. Make sure you feel like your purpose is sending you to private practice. If you're in your head thinking, I'm going to open up private practice, make a whole bunch of money and be rich, then that's not the time. And that's really not the purpose. You go into private practice when you feel like you've got enough experience from working in different arenas and different avenues of behavioral health, and you feel like you have a lot to give and you want to give it in your own special way, not under the direction or guise of someone else, like working for an agency or at a adult daycare center or a nursing home, assisted living, all these different places where you can practice behavioral health. I would say private practice is for those who have been in the field for a little while. I've been in the field since 2007. I started my private practice 2 years ago, and just 2 years in, I'm already at full capacity. And I feel like, because it happened so easily for me, I'm going to say it happened easy for me because it was the right time for me to start my private practice. What's also important in knowing your purpose is feeling it and also having something that's going to be unique to you, that's going to set you apart from all of the other private practicing therapists they are in your community or your part of the world. There are many, many people in private practice, but they all offer something different. I myself am an eclectic therapist or generalist practice therapist, meaning I touch upon everything. I don't specialize on one particular thing. I can do anything from family therapy, couples therapy, individual therapy, chronically mentally ill people. But my specialty is that I cater to the needs of seniors or homebound adults. So I actually started my practice as a mobile practice. I just this year, because of COVID, rented an office. So that's the other piece about private practice, is that you do not have to have an office space. You do not have to have that overhead cost in the beginning when you first start your practice. Remember that you can start a practice in your car, traveling to people's homes. You do not have to have a physical office. There are things called office space on demand. You can go online in your area and see who provides office space on demand. There are some really nice buildings, some not so nice buildings that aren't always full. They have offices available, and rather than get nothing for those offices, they'll rent them out by the hour for a small fee. That probably would be better off for someone starting out that doesn't have a huge clientele. The other piece that I want to go over in this video is what you actually need to have in place to call yourself a therapist. For me, I'm a clinical social worker, so I had to have a regular LSW, then wait 2 years, and then I can get issued my LCSW. I had to have some practice experience, but I worked in the field for many, many years because I just wanted to get as much information as I could under the guise of other people more superior than me and more experienced than myself. I feel like life is a learning lesson, and I'm always ready to learn and educate myself and learn from those who have been here longer and done things better. So some key things that you have to have in place are you need a NPI number, which is a National Provider Identifier. You need a tax ID. It would also be wise to open up a business bank account right away once you get your tax ID and you've created your business name. If you're going to have a private practice, I think it would be wise and creative to give it a name that represents the private practice and what you want it to be about. Not just your name. We know who you are, but you want to do something that sets your name apart from your practice's name. For instance, mine is the visiting counselor because I'm a mobile counselor. I still go out and visit people that are homebound and can't get out, even though I have an offers because COVID, brought along a group of people that weren't homebound and actually a younger audience for me. So I just wanted to be open to accepting everyone that needed some support. So I got an office for people that weren't homebound and could get out and about. Also, you'll need a phone number separate from your cell phone number and a fax number. Those are two things. Again, you do not have to have a physical place for these things to be housed. They have electronic fax numbers. You can download apps that cater to electronic faxes, and they also provide you with a business phone number. So you can have an app added to your phone. Again, we're trying to keep overhead costs in the beginning low. So you can go to different places, just Google, electronic faxes, and a couple of different places will come up. You want to check out their ratings and their reviews to make sure they're reputable and they're going to be good. But you can have your fax and your phone number come through the same web-based company, and it'll ring on your cell phone, but it'll ring through the app so that it'll be easy for you to identify a business call from a personal call. So if you're off hours, you see the app ringing, you know that it's a business call and you don't need to answer it. You can let it go to voicemail. Another thing is, like I said, location is optional. I did not have a home-based office in the traditional sense for the first 2 years because I was mobile. All of my clients were home-based or wanted to meet me to visit them at their homes. So it was easy for me to just drive from here, there, and everywhere else to provide my services to them. I like to travel. I'm a driver, so it was perfect for me. It gives you that break in between sessions to unwind and kind of like close out one session before you go into the next session. It's different from sitting in an office and having one client after the next coming to you. It kind of burns you out a little bit. At least that's how it was for me. The other thing to consider is formulation of your own paperwork. Again, there are web-based companies that will create carbon copy paperwork for you at a really cheap price. It's not very expensive. Also, you want to do credentialing if you want to get on insurance panels, which I advise everyone to try insurance panels in addition to being a private pay therapist. You'd be surprised at how well the insurance panels pay. I know a lot of people try to give insurance panels a bad reputation, but they pay well, especially if you're just starting out. Like I said, that goes back into the purpose-driven reason that you're starting a private practice. It's not to get rich, but it's to provide a service in your own unique way. But that's something we can explore in another video. I think I've touched on most of the things I wanted to get out just for this initial video. Like I said, you can check out the blog on the visitingcounselorllc.com for more detailed information where I give a little bit more insight into the pre-planning stages of private practice. I'm also on Twitter, and I think that's it. So hopefully I've given you enough to kind of start chewing on, so to speak, if you're in the beginning phases of just thinking about private practice, and if you're in that place where I'm ready to just start private practice. I'll also try to list some information in the bottom to give you more direction on where to get the NPI, the tax ID, and things like that. And in another video, we can also discuss why have a bank account separate from your personal bank account. You want to do everything under the business number once you get that tax ID. That's really important. It's just going to benefit you in the long run. Like I said, planning is everything and timing is also everything. So I hope you guys got some good information out of this initial video, and I look forward to coming back and expounding on some of the things that you need to get started, and why time is everything, and why it's important for you to get experience in the field before going into private practice. So that's it for now. But until we see each other again, or until you hear my voice again, just keep planning for your private practice. And I think that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. If you have any specific questions, write them also down below. I'll be glad to provide more detailed and personal information. Thank you so much.